Hi, I'm Paul Girauta from Catalyst. Welcome to another video in the Catalyst Egg Timer Design Series. This video will provide you with a four-step approach to address the looming crisis of designing software across multiple platforms. Over the past 5 years, there has been a proliferation of devices that are heavily used by consumers and business people. First came the iPhone, then came the Android phone, then came tablet devices, then came combination devices. A range of other tablet devices. You can see people walking around downtown Palo Alto with Google Glasses on. I just drove down the highway and saw that Samsung now released a smartphone watch. What's this mean for those of us who design software? Is we're looking at a design crisis. Platform fragmentation is real and it's here to stay. Real work in a mobile setting is different from work at a desktop. The most effective designs leverage native functionality. People need to have access to a camera. They need to have access to GPS. And although we would all love to think we could use responsive design and write once and publish everywhere, it just doesn't work. There is a pattern that you can use to approach this design. For most applications across different platforms, there are 4 common functional design points. We're going to take a look at some applications across platforms to see how this 4-step approach can be implemented. Let's take a look at a web application used to review portfolio companies. Step 1 is to identify the primary work areas where people need to get real work done. In this case, it's a work area focused on an individual company. Step 2, design the essential supplemental information or activities. In this case, investors want to see more detail about financial performance shown on a chart. Step 3 is define the functionality for lists of work areas. This can vary considerably across devices in terms of what you present and how it's presented. Step 4 is my favorite step, which is to define how to specify how data will be accessed. In the world of big data, search and search results often doesn't work. This design point becomes an opportunity for significant innovation. In this case, you could specify a list of portfolio companies by clicking on a map and selecting North American companies, or by clicking on a chart that lets you select by industry, or a bar chart that would allow you to select companies by profitability level. Now let's take a look at this same 4-step approach applied across a tablet device. Here's a life science application used to collect and test a range of samples. The primary work area, step 1, is a sample and consists of test results and some sample information. In step 2, a critical step activity of identifying the sample is provided. Note that the application uses the built-in camera to allow the user to scan samples via barcode. Step 3 was to design the functionality. In this case, what users were interested in is the list of samples that they had collected or the ones that had been assigned to them. In step 4, how did they define how to specify the list of data that they wanted to deal with? In most cases, people needed to search by a given patient or search by a particular well location or for a manufacturing batch of drugs, and then they would work with that list. Let's take a look at this 4-step approach applied to a smartphone. Here's a healthcare application used to evaluate patients within their home. The primary work area is an evaluation guide or checklist. Step 2 was the design of an essential activity, which was to allow a healthcare professional to identify and catalog the wounds that the patient may have. In step 3, the relevant list of work areas was the list of patients for that day, organized according to the time of the visit. In step 4, the most effective way to access the lists of data was to give the user access to a simple schedule that had only this information, not everything else that they had on their schedule. And they could select the day, get the list of patients in chronological order. So why use this 4-step approach? First off, it provides a consistent way to approach design across all the platforms you need to address. Second, it's efficient. It will get you to market faster, which means lower cost. But the 2 most important reasons are, it systematically enables you to manage risk and allows you to deliver innovation where people work. Catalyst provides a range of capabilities and services that will help you survive and thrive in this cross-device world. If you'd like to learn more, feel free to give us a call.